Hey, what's up? This is Mikey for Electrek, and in this video we're going to take a look at the top 10 electric bikes to help you keep your New Year's resolutions. I'm assuming your New Year's resolution is like mine, to get out and bike some more. So these are some bikes to help you do that. And how do they accomplish that? First and foremost, they do not have a throttle. So all the bikes on this list are going to be Class 1 or Class 3, pedal assist only. So no cheating, as they call it. And the next part about it is that a lot of these are going to be locally sourced bikes that you could get from a local bike shop. So with that in mind, you're going to have better support to get you up and out if you're new to cycling, and also it's going to be greater availability, better warranty coverage, that kind of stuff. So without further ado, let's do. Thanks for watching Electrek. Give us a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and enable notifications so that you don't miss out on any videos. The VanDessel Passepartout. Alright, so I kind of had to stuff this one on the list because it doesn't really count because it's a pre-order bike. You actually can't get it yet. It is one of the very few Panasonic-driven electric bikes in the United States at all. The VanDessel Passepartout, it's on pre-order status right now, so it doesn't exactly belong on the list because you can't quite get it yet. But this bad boy has some really serious specifications on it, so I know that I would be using that bike a whole lot in order to justify it. The Propeller 3.2. So Propeller actually has just one electric bike model and they sort of scale it up from there, so it might actually be something different by the time you look at the bike. But the Propeller offers a minimalist approach with just their single speed model for $1,000. This is really a good sweet spot for that combination of something that actually saves you some good money and something that's actually reliable and it's not going to fall apart. So Propeller's actually got a good spot here. If you go for the single speed variant, you're going to be surprised when you reach those hills because you're going to have to power through it yourself, which is good for the New Year's resolution. But in my opinion, I think that the 7-speed variant for a couple extra $100 more, that's a really good option. It's going to save your bacon pretty often. The Cannondale Quick Neo SL2. So this bike is actually a really interesting combination because you have a fairly big name brand with very prolific availability, and you combine that with a fairly basic electric system. This one has a 250 watt hub motor and a 250 watt hour battery. So yeah, this bike will definitely not be doing the work for you. The Specialized Turbo Como 3.0 650B. So with this bike, it is definitely the most smooth on this list. A large part of that has to do with the extra air volume in the tires, the really slick cruiser geometry, and that buttery smooth motor from Rosa. Now this bike is a little bit overweight in the price department, but you are getting an electric bike with lots of local support and a fair amount of resale value as well. The Felt Versa E30S. Now this dreamboat of a bike actually carries one of the most prolific motors on the market from Shimano, the Shimano Steps motor. This bike is actually one of the most feature-rich electric bikes on this list. I mean, we're talking fenders, lights, rack, hydraulic disc brakes, it's a step-through, it's got a Dutch lock, also dealer-supported with the front shock. That's a lot to carry on there. Now this would actually be a really good combination for his and hers electric bike set. The M2S All-Terrain M600. Now, if you are new to electric bikes or just new to bikes in general and you want to get off-road and do some pretty fun riding, then this is a wonderful passport into the sport. You're not going to be paying a ton of money for some super household name brands and high-end componentry, but what you are getting is a lot for the money. You're getting a really good motor, getting a big battery, a super soft suspension, soft air in the tires. I mean, this bike has quite a lot going for it without having a ton of flash to it, and I'm really impressed. The Yamaha CrossCore. Now, Yamaha-powered electric bikes are all over, but Yamaha itself actually makes some of the bikes, and the CrossCore is absolutely perfect for this list. You're getting a really sleek design, that awesome full power of the PW motor, and in my experience it's actually one of the more adaptable and certainly one of the more durable bike motors that I've seen out there. So for 2,400 bucks, it's actually kind of tempting for me, and I have plenty of bikes. I don't need any more, but they just released some new colors and I kind of like them. The Gazelle Citizen T10 Speed. Now, who would have thought that one of the best commuter bikes would come from the Netherlands, of all places? I mean, it's got fenders, lights, and rack, and that's all cool and everything, but it's a really high quality bike with the battery tucked in there really nice, and the overall design is just wonderful. And the big thing about it is that Bosch speed motor on it that goes up to 28 miles an hour. Slam it. So, if your goal is to ride to work, then this is the flagship. This is the guy to beat. The Batch Bicycles e-Commuter. Now, what if you could get about 75% of the value of the Gazelle Citizen that we just did, but you had to pay 50% of the price? That's what you're getting, at least in my opinion. That's what you're getting with the Batch Bicycles e-Commuter. I mean, you got fenders, you got rack, doesn't have lights, strangely enough, but you get the Bosch powered smoothness of this one that shies out just below 20 miles an hour. So that's okay for most of the stuff that I do. And honestly, this bike is one of the better values that I have seen in the e-bike industry in a long time. I mean, 2,000 bucks for entry into one of the name brand systems it's really good. The Bulls Alpine Hawk Evo. Now, yes, this bike is carbon fiber, just throwing all your weight forward, putting you in the driver's seat of your new life, but this bike has a secret power that the other ones don't. And that is that with the Vizua motor system, you can actually take the battery and the motor off of this bike at the same time. Now, with that in mind, you literally get two bikes in one. You get a slammin' electric bike that has plenty of power, it's super smooth in the engagement, and you can take that off and actually have a normal bike if you want to increase your training output. Now, this is really cool. I think this is actually a really awesome system, and therefore a really good bike to use to keep your New Year's resolutions. So there you have it, top 10 electric bikes to help you keep your New Year's resolutions. In all honesty, just about any electric bike is going to be tons of fun and help you see your environment. So if you are new to electric bikes in general, don't be shy if one of the ones that you just bought is not on this list, because hey, there are plenty to choose from and they're all lots of fun. So if you want to stay tuned to the latest and greatest EV news, including some electric bike reviews and more, stay tuned to Electrek. You can click the subscribe button, hit the like, leave a comment, and tell us what you think. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on to later.